Yes, so a July intelligence report from the US highlighted that China has become an increasingly important economic buttress for Russia, likely supplying it with dual-use goods. These are the types of goods that can be used for both civilian and military purposes, semiconductors, drones, etc. And now new analysis from CNBC has delved into Russia's customs filings and found evidence of these companies supplying such goods to Russia. Let's take a look. In 2022, China sold more than $500 million worth of semiconductors to Russia, up from $200 million in 2021. Chip sales from Hong Kong to Russia also doubled over the same period, while imports from the West slumped. As of March 2023, China has sold more than $12 million worth of drones to Russia.
I think there's no question that the Chinese authorities are aware of the trade flows. They're large enough that they could not continue without the acquiescence of the Chinese government.
Among the companies connected with the sales is Chinese drone company DJI, which provided an unspecified number of drones to Russia from September 2022 to January 2023, according to Russian customs filings. That's despite DJI saying that it had voluntarily suspended all sales to and business in both Russia and Ukraine as of April 26, 2022. One of the recipients of the drones is Moscow-based Nebesnaya Mechanika, which roughly translates as Heavenly Mechanics. Before the war, the company was DJI's official distributor in Russia. Another recipient, Rostov-on-Don registered Positron, also imported more than 54,000 helmets, either construction or military, according to the vague wording of the filing, from Chinese suppliers Liaoning B&R Technology and Beijing KR Natural International Trade Co. in late 2022. Now, I should say that CNBC reached out to DJI, who said that they are not in a position to influence how their products are used, but have reached out to companies and said they should not be for military purposes. Of the other companies that were involved in the report, CNBC received no response. But this is really just the tip of the iceberg. The investigation delves much further into other accounts of companies that have been supplying Russia. And it's not only these dual-use goods, it's also other products such as aramid fibers that can be used in bulletproof vests. It's also construction equipment that can help fortify Russia's defences against Ukraine's counteroffensive.
Karen, this is a stunningly important piece of work, and we applaud you for doing so well done. But actually it has very large ramifications as well, because, of course, there are constraints on Chinese companies, and the constraint is use of the dollar system. The constraints use of dollars full stop, and their global access outside of obviously this bilateral trade between Russia and China. If indeed this is picked up upon and stories like this are proven, you talk about dual use products and what have you, but if it becomes a concern, does that mean that this could naturally lead to a domino effect where actually there are more sanctions and more tensions between China and the West?
Absolutely, I would think so. And this is a deliberation that Western officials are facing. It's whether they target these individual Chinese companies, but acknowledging the fact that it may not have very much impact. Some of the analysts I spoke to have said that these companies are just popping up and then disappearing if they need to.
Are there intermediaries here? Is it directly China-Russia traders are going through, say, Central Asia?
So it's both through China directly to Russia, but also through Central Asian countries. And I think that's something else that we've been documenting on CNBC.com as well.
It's a fabulous piece of work, and it's on CNBC.com as well. Thank you very much indeed for that.